Welcome back, Conservancy kids. As we look around, you can see that the sun is setting on the Sonoran Desert. The light is becoming dimmer, the earth is starting to slow down, and the critters that are normally creeping around during the daytime are starting to think about their place of rest, where to sleep in the nighttime. You can hear the dogs in the background, you can hear the birds talking to each other, everybody making their preparations for the evening. Well, just so happens that right now is also the preparation for the beginning of the day for some of our nocturnal friends. More specifically, nighttime pollinators. We talked a little bit about the moths and these other species of butterfly family or lepidopterans that are out and about during the day. You've seen the butterflies. They're small, colorful little critters, maybe some swallowtails, or there's a Gulf fritillary butterfly in Phoenix that's pretty popular. Monarchs can sometimes come through this territory and eat on the milkweed and stuff like that. But those guys are out during the day, kind of similar to where you and I are. But just behind me is one of a good species adaptations points that I can bring up. So this plant is called a Brugmansia. It's native to South and Central America. Places like Brazil and Nicaragua have Brugmansias that naturally occur in their habitats out there. But you'll notice that this angel trumpet flower or something similar has these striking large flowers. They're quite big and they're quite deep, so if you figure you were a bug, you'd have to travel a long way to get up in there. One of the cool facts about this plant, and though it's not native, it has a really cool symbiotic relation, symbiotic meaning working together or living together, with other moths in Central and South America. It is only pollinated in those areas by a nocturnal moth, a moth that only comes out in the evening. One of the coolest things about this plant is if you see these flowers and you just come up to them, you smell them right now, they have very little fragrance. But as it turns out, as the sun sets and as this plant becomes darkened in its leaves and things like that, the smell becomes intoxicating. It's very strong. It's almost like a floral soap or something like that. Very strong and starts to attract those things that live in the nighttime, creep and crawl in the nocturnal hours of the night. So this moth begins to use its sense of smell or its rudimentary senses to smell this flower in the evening and will navigate its way utilizing light from the moon or other ambient lights within the Central and South American ecosystems. It's a pretty fantastic way to tie in an adaptation of a nocturnal moth with the adaptation of a nocturnal or a night smelling flower. It's an incredible thing to think about. The Sonoran Desert has nocturnal moths as well. They go out and they pollinate some of the night blooming cactuses. There's some non-native cactus like the Peruvianus. You might see those big, beautiful flowers that open only at night and then close as soon as day breaks. There's an amazing way to do both things in the desert. You're equipped for the daytime temperatures, so you've got spines and gnarly scales and things like that. And then when the temperatures cool off, you take advantage of the nighttime temperatures to go out and do your thing within the ecosystem. Two of the greatest things that I could think about are advantages and adaptations of our local critters. So nocturnal pollinators, moths, symbiosis, all sorts of stuff just happening every day in the desert. As the lights start to dim, go out to your front porch and take a look at your porch light or take a look at a street light, and you'll notice these insects starting to mill about and starting to fly about and utilizing that, well, frankly getting confused with that light and flying toward it. But lots of stuff to see just as the nighttime starts to come. It's good to see you, Conservancy kids. Thanks for coming.